Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I am your host, the founder and president and chief listening officer at our network. Our show today is Dr. Jacalyn's Book Club, and we are going to feature a brilliant book for children and adults, The Adventures of Abella and Her Magic Wand. Before we get to that, the author is ZANE CARRUTH, and she is in the Houston, Texas area. And I just have a little backstory about how I became in contact with ZANE. So a few years ago, maybe 3, I was working with Mr. Alcini. You might know him from our business show. We were actually together at another channel, and he is still there with them. And anyway, ZANE had scheduled in an interview in what was known as Hot Topics. So it was a 10-minute slot where people could book in and feature whatever it was that they wanted to promote or talk about. And ZANE was calling in about her book. And we actually had her book there in the studio. And I took a look at it and I thought, wow, this woman is amazing. So I reached out to her about being on my radio show, and long story short, she was unable to make it on the day she was scheduled. She let me know in advance, but she introduced me to Diane Floyd Boehm. And from there, everything just started to come together with all the wonderful people Diane has introduced me to across the world. It all started with ZANE. I said to ZANE, is there anyone you can think of whom I should reach out to who could do the interview? And she said, I know someone, Diane Floyd Boehm. So there you have it, the backstory. And since then, ZANE has been on our channel. And obviously, you know, Diane is a regular featured co-host, talking head, and she's also one of our elevated listeners. So we're looking forward to having ZANE back. Okay, back to the book. If you would like to submit a book for review, here's the information where you can send it. I've made it very easy, hopefully. You can just go to drjacalyn.com/contact dash or minus, depending where you are in the world, us, US. You can also go to the same place on my other website, USA Global TV, contact us. Okay, so thank you very much. We will be looking at ZANE's website as well. So first, just to share the book, and the spots that you can't see have some green in them because I am behind the green screen. So, okay, so this book is one of several ZANE has written featuring Abella, and we'll get to that when we go to her website. So I just want to start off showing you the beautiful first page. And again, there's green in there, so it's not going to show. And let's get to the beginning of the story. So I just love the illustrations. And I'll just read a little from the beginning because I don't want to read the whole thing because I want you to support ZANE and purchase her books. Located deep in the forest was a secret world called Tulip Hollow. It was filled with bees, butterflies, and all things magical. It was also the home of a young fairy named Abella. She lived in a castle with her mom, dad, and brother Gage. Abella was known everywhere as the fairy that started the Tooth Fairy tradition. And of course, there's the castle she lived in with her family. It was a big day for Abella. She and her best friend Darcy were going to receive their magic wands. When Abella's name was called, her heart pounded as she flitted across the stage to receive her magic wand. Abella, the fairy master bellowed, do you understand the rules and responsibilities of magic wand ownership and agree to follow them? Yes, sir, she responded proudly. Here we have the wand ceremony. Isn't that beautiful? All right, I'll read a little bit more. And at that wonderful moment, it happens. The fairy master handed Abella her very own magic wand. Abella felt the energy of the wand. The wand was heavier than she had imagined it would be. I'll bet it's because of all the power it holds, she thought. There we have the wand, and we have Abella and the wand master. All right, so now let's look and see where can you find this book and learn more about Abella and also more about ZANE, CARSON, CARRUTH. I'm going to share my screen, and the website we're going to is worldsfirsttoothfairy.com. All right, so we're just going to scroll along. And there's actually an audio clip that we can listen to. And it starts with, have you ever wondered how the tooth fairy trend started? Abella, the beautiful fairy from Tulipalo, begins her adventure with her friend Darcy. It all started when Abella was taken by a big old bee and taken from Tulipalo. Read what happens next in and her incredible adventures. So there you have it. And you can see that ZANE has won a number of awards. So let's look at the books that she has to offer. Abella goes to the rodeo. Woo! Abella starts a tooth fairy school. Here's the one that we're looking at today, The Adventures of Abella and Her Magic Wand. The world's first tooth fairy ever. And it's also available in Spanish. Hola. Okay, so there you have it, worldsfirsttoothfairy.com, and I've put the link in the chat so that you can go ahead and order your copy. It's also available on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble. Okay, so I want us to learn a little bit more about ZANE. So she is an award-winning international children's book author. And by the way, did you know this? She's a certified business etiquette and protocol professional. And she also sits on a number of boards, as well as being the vice president of the CARRUTH Foundation. She's been recognized and honored in many places around the world, many television shows and various platforms. And there's a lot more information that you can learn about her here. Also, First Lady of the Rodeo, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo 2021 to 2023. And she's on the board of the Houston Opera. This is somebody you want to get to know. And folks, let me tell you something. She is a wonderful person. She's so kind and down to earth. She's the kind of person that you could just throw your arms around and give a big hug and sit and chat with for hour after hour. And I love this part. She has a killer sense of humor, killer abs. How about that? And a knack for putting people at ease, sympathizing with friends. So there's a little more information about ZANE, CARSON, CARRUTH. All right, so I'm going to put up her website, which is right here, worldsfirsttoothfairy.com. Also, I want to share with you, there's a beautiful picture of ZANE in the back of the book. So you can see her there, truly stunning and elegant, intelligent, and sophisticated, and totally down to earth. So please do reach out to her. Go over to the worldsfirsttoothfairy.com. You can also find her on the social media platforms as well as LinkedIn. So that's our show for today. Again, if you would like to have your books considered for promotion on the show, this particular show is not about having the authors on. We have another show for that. That's called The Corner Bookstore. This is really a show where I evaluate books for children, and then I promote it myself as opposed to the author promoting it. So again, you can go over to drjacalyn.com/contact- or -us US. All right, that's our show for today. Thank you so much. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, we'd love it if you would subscribe. We have 28 shows a week, something for everyone. And I'm really excited to announce that we also have a new opportunity, which someone took advantage of today. I'm super excited. Be a guest co-host for a show. And we have our first guest co-host, Sarah Jillian, who will be joining us in August. You can sign up to be a guest co-host yourself by going over to USA Global TV and Radio. All right, thank you again. We will be back shortly with another program.